Alright, in this episode number 17 we are going to see how to create this HTML template into a working WordPress template. Along with that we are going to see some more advanced feature, as it is the 17th episode and it is the 17th WordPress theme we are converting. Now you see we are going to add this menu using navwalker, and you can see this is a widget. So let me show you the working website. So this is the working website. You can see I have converted it to WordPress. The logo, the menus are also available, the search bar is also available. So if I wish to change this text UI Monk 17th WordPress theme, on the widget section we have showcase. We just need to edit. Let me make this 17th. Let me format the text in this way. So if I refresh, I should see the reflected text over here. So as you see, this is a widget. You can see you have to install a plugin. So we are going to see how to create a plugin. Once we install the plugin, there would be a section called widget, and you just have to drag this into the widget location, and you can edit this. Let me make this, and if I click save, and that would be reflected on the banner. And the next thing is the logo. In case if you want to change the logo, how previously we did not add this functionality in any of the video, and we have to get into the customize. Site identity. I'm going to change the logo. Let me change the logo to some other logo. I already have an image. Let me upload this t-shirt. So this is our logo at present. Just consider it as a logo, even though it's not a logo, just for our understanding. Cool. Cropped it, and now you should see the reflection. This logo is available here. Likewise, let me make this to the old one. I have created a logo. Actually it's not a logo, it's something text. I have made this with Photoshop. Now I'm making this as a logo, and you can see the logo is also changeable. So the goal of this video is to understand three things. The first one is converting HTML to WordPress, and then the navwalker. You can see the menu is also dynamic. This is the WordPress. Now if I click about us, you will see the about us page will show up. The third one is the logo. We are able to customize the logo. The fourth one is we are going to see how to create the widget plugin. So if I show you the widget plugin, you have to get into the plugin section, install plugin. And the fifth thing is we have already seen this many times in the previous video. It's just a copy of it. We are going to add the categories on the sidebar. Now just to show you what our plugin looks like, so this is the plugin which I have created, UI Monk widget plugin. So once I activate it, that activated plugin will be available on the widget which I have shown you. Now you can edit the section. Fine, now let's start. To follow along, I'll leave the HTML document and the related images in the description so that we both follow along. Now let me open my Visual Studio Code. By the time it opens, let's create a fresh WordPress. Let's install a fresh WordPress on our C drive. On the C we have XAMPP, htdocs. I have already downloaded the WordPress. Let's use that. Just paste it, and we have to name our WordPress file or WordPress folder. Let me name this as. So now our WordPress folder is ready. It's over here. Now let's name this WordPress folder as UI Monk 17, as it is the 17th theme we are creating. Now we need to create the database. So to access the database, you have to get into the localhost, then php myadmin. The spelling mistake. localhost slash php my admin. Now we need to create a database on our php my admin section. We just need to create a database and WordPress will take care of all the stuff. Now this is the UI where we are going to add our new theme. So new database. Click on new. I'm going to create a database. We just need to name it. I'm going to name it as our folder name of the WordPress file. You can give any name, but I'm sticking to it. Fine, that's it. The work of the php-myadmin is done. Now let's install the WordPress. You have to access the file which you have named it. Just click enter and WordPress will open the WordPress wizard for you. So now we just need to give the details of the database. So WordPress will automatically create the WordPress table for us. Now click on continue. PHP let me show you the database as well in case it's required. Now we just need to give the database name, username, password and the database host. The database name which we have given is simply the Ep17. The password is root and the username is root and the password is blank. So this is the default for XAMPP. I'm using XAMPP. I'm going to keep the database host as localhost and the table prefix as WP. If I click on submit, it says alright. I'm saying run installation. Once the run installation is done, you can see, click on the database and click on the table which you have created right now. Sorry, this is the database which you have created right now, and I think we need to go one more step to see the tables. If I click on structure, you will see the number of tables over here. Let's first give the site title, and this is the username and password which is required whenever you want to log into your website. So whenever I wish to log into this particular website, I'll be using this credential. That's the reason WordPress is asking to create. I think now it's installing the WordPress. So let's see the files. So the tables in the database. Once the installation is done, you will see some 14 tables. Sorry, 12 tables here. It says 12 tables. WordPress installs all the required tables with WP prefix. WP prefix is what we have given while installing. So it says it's success. We just need to log in and check. As we have seen, admin is the username and password which we have given while installing WordPress. And now we are going to see how to create themes. Now let me open this file. Open the WordPress file using this Visual Studio Code. On the htdocs we have the Ep17 and just select it. So this is the dashboard. If you see, we have themes. There are already 3 themes available. Now we need to add our theme here. How are we going to do that? We have to get into the WP content. It is where all the themes are available. We need to create a folder and let's name this as Ep17, and we need to create 3 files in order to show our themes on the appearance section. The first one is index.php. The second one is style.css. We have misspelled it. Let me get into that through here. And the third one, we need a image. That image should be in PNG format. and the width and height is 127 1280 into 764 something. You can get it on the Google. Click on refresh. So now you can see your theme is available. You have named your theme as Ep17, and this is a screenshot which you have added on the folder, and you can see there are no details about the theme. To get the details about the theme, you have to search style.css for WordPress. So we need to add some comments on the style.css to get the details of your theme. This applies to the plugin also, which we are about to create in this video. We need to give the same I think 2 files is created. I have mistakenly saved it twice. Let me delete this. Now we can open the style.css. Just pass the comment. I'm going to name this theme as UMonk, and rest you can fill it. I'm skipping this. Now if you refresh the theme section will be filled with details. You can see the name you have given UMonk, the version and the author, description, tags also show up. Now let us activate this theme. I'm clicking on activate. Once you activate it, WordPress reads your index.php file. As you know, the index.php is blank. We are not going to get anything on the website. Now as you activate your theme, you can see there are 2 sections is hidden. The first one is widget and the second one is menu. We are going to see how to add this in some time, but first let us add some HTML on the index. So as I have already said, we have a HTML file which we are going to add this. Let me copy all the HTML and paste it on the index.php file. I have added bootstrap CDN, so we will get some CSS design on our web page. Cool. So these are the bootstrap design. Now let us add our custom CSS. So let me open that as well. On the HTML we have style.css. Let me open that. Let me copy all of them and paste it below. Close this. Now just by pasting it, you are not going to see any difference. So we have to link the external style sheet to the index.php. How are we going to do that? So WordPress gives you a function for that. As it is a WordPress function, we have to surround it inside the syntax of PHP. Then we have block info, and the parameter we need to pass is stylesheet underscore URL. If you refresh, the stylesheet will be linked to the HTML and we can see the changes. If I press Ctrl U and check the inspect, you can see the path will be given instead of we have passed the function name, and WordPress has converted the function into the path. Cool. The next thing, we have to separate all the header footer in a different file. So before separating it, we would like to see the strap, the admin bar. So to get that, what we need to do is we need to pass the WordPress function wp underscore footer. Refresh it. You can see the strap bar is available. The same way the footer has, for the footer we need to add the header as well. So for the head, it's the wp head. Just refresh it. You will not see any changes, but in the backend, in the source code, you will see many CSS and many required JavaScript will be added because we have added this wp head. Now let's just separate these. So starting from the banner section, and from the heading, from the HTML opening tag till the banner section, I'm going to place this into a new file called header.php. The same way, let me pick the footer with the sidebar, and let me save the file and save it as we'll call this footer.php. Alright, now what we need to do is we have to include the header and footer on the index. So WordPress gives you a function called get underscore header and get underscore footer. And now you will not see any changes because we have properly connected the header and footer. In case if you want to remove the header file and check it, you will see the missing header. The CSS is not applied because the CSS code is on the header. If you wish to remove the footer, you will see there would be no sidebar and the footer. Refreshing it, so there is no sidebar and footer. So let me add that. Now as you see, this is working. Now one more thing I would like to do, let us add the sidebar to a different page. This is first card and this is second card. So get the whole thing, create a new file and call it as sidebar.php, paste it. Now we need to connect this, so again we have a PHP function, get template, and we need to give sidebar. I'm not sure with the function name. We need to search it on the Google. Let's just search. I think it's get template name. It's get template name. So it's get template part. We should see the sidebar. Actually we have made a spelling mistake. It's sidebar. Now we can see. Alright, we can see the sidebar. Now what we can do, now we need to add the nav bar. So let's get into the navwalker WordPress. We will get the GitHub file. Let me create a new file. Let's open the class file. Let us copy the whole section in that file. And we'll save it. We can give it any name, but let's stick to the name that is given on the while creating. It's a class file. Now we need to call this on the functions.php. So it says everything. We need to register the class. So let's just register it, copy the whole section and paste it in functions.php, and this is a file name which we have given. And what we can do is we need to make this we need to add this array on the header.php in place where we have menu. So we need to replace this ul. Just check the container navbar nav mr auto. Let's comment this and paste it, replacing it. Now we don't need container, so false. The container is because we already have a container here, so we don't need this too, because you can see collapse navbar collapse navbar collapse, both are same. And as I said, navbar nav auto is given. Now let's try to refresh and check. It would be dynamic now, and it says to add the menu. So let's try adding the menu. The theme does not support navigation. You can just, I have already shown you on the dashboard, there is no menu available. So to see that, we have to register the navigation on the functions.php. Let me add that. And now I'm not going to create a new function, I'm going to use the same function. So I'm registering the navbar, registering the menus on the same function of registering the navbar. Now this function will be called when this hook runs. This hook is called after theme setup. This would be called by the WordPress. Now if you refresh, you should see the menu. Let's get into that menu and create some page. There is no page, let's just add the sample page itself. Create menu, and on you can see we have given primary menu. This text will be available over here. You just have to make sure you click it and click on save. Once this is done, you can see the created menu, home and sample page. That is done. Now let me show you how to add a logo. So to make that, again we have to get into the function.php. We need to add the permission so that we can use the custom logo. So the function is the custom logo. So let's register that as well. Add theme support custom logo. Now let me refresh it. On the site identity, here we can add our logo. Let me add a logo. Let me add all the images itself. Now let me select this logo. The logo size is too small. Click on publish. By this you will not see the logo on the header. It is because we have just registered it. Now we need to call this logo on our header.php. So this is the place where the logo is there. So first we can directly call the function, but that is not recommended. We need to check whether the logo is there or not. If the logo is there, then call the function. It's very straightforward, as it said. If the custom logo is there, then show the custom logo. Now if you refresh, we have added the custom logo and the custom logo is available. Let's make this margin left auto so that the menu sticks to the right side. Alright, now let's make the search bar also dynamic. It is one of the easiest thing. For the input field, you just need to give the name as yes, and for the form we need to give action home underscore URL, and we need to give slash. and that's it. Even if you search now, it's not going to work because there are no pages. We need to refresh this first to check the changes we have added. Just type and click on search. It's not working. It's simple. We have given input type button. Now I have made this input type submit, and now you can check. It's not actually working, but once this is done, the page creation is done, we will check it again. Now we are going to see how to create widget plugin. So on the appearance, there is, so this is UI Monk. This is the demo one. We need to get into our UI Monk 17. Enter. Let me close this. These two are not needed. For the front end. Now on the appearance, we have added the menu, but there is no widget. So let's add the widget now. So we have already seen in the previous video how to add the widget. I'm not going to do it again. We are just creating a function, and that function is called when this hook is called, which is widget in it. Now we are registering two widget. The first one is for the sidebar, the second one is for the showcase. So as you know, this is not needed for the showcase, but we'll keep it. And the sidebar will be surround with the card. Now just by refreshing it, you can see on the appearance tab, you will see the widget section. It is because we have registered the widget, and it is called when the widget init is called. Now widgets, we can see there are two places for the widget. The first one is sidebar, the second one is showcase. So these are coming because we have named it while registering the widget. Now let's create a plugin. So to create a plugin, we have to get into the plugin folder, and we need to create a new folder, and we'll call it as showcase underscore widget. So the folder name, we need to have a file name same as the folder name, which is showcase underscore widget dot php. Now here we need to have the comment plugin comment for WordPress. Now as you see, for the minimum you just need the plugin name, but the requirement can extend to anything. So I'm just naming it as UI Monk showcase plugin. Description also same. Cool. Now we need to register, we need to create a class. So widget API WordPress, it's a class which WordPress gives you. We just need to copy and paste it. Let me copy the whole thing. I'll explain you what is inside. Create a new file and save it as class underscore showcase underscore widget. This is the PHP file, so we need to write the PHP syntax. Now let me explain you. There are in the class we have three functions. So the first one is the constructor. So here we need to give the plugin name. The second one is the widget function. So here the output, what output we need? The output, we need one heading and one paragraph, so that we will write here on the widget. And the third function is form. The form is simply, via on the demo I have shown you there will be two sections. The first one is for title and the second one is for description. So that form input field will be available here, and the fourth function is update. So in the update, whenever we click on submit for the form, the data will be stored somewhere, right? That stored variable will be available on the update function. I hope this is clear. Now let's get into the demo. Create widget plugin WordPress. So I have found a URL which has good description about the plugin. I will leave that in the description so that you can read it. Now what are the things we need? The first thing, the comment is the first thing, let's update the variable. So this is the file. As I said, we are going to use the update first. Copy the whole section and place it on the update. We need two variables, the title and the description. Copied it, paste it. Paste is not working. Why? So before doing anything, we need to register the class here. So let's give the class name here, class underscore showcase underscore widget. So we have called the class file. So we have called the PHP file and we are registering the class, and this is called when the widget init is called. Alright, now let's create the variable first. So this is the same thing which is available on the tutorial. We need two variables, the title and the message, and then let's define the plugin name on the constructor. So here it's the constructor. Let me copy, replace this. Now you have seen the class name. Then you can give the description, and this is the name you wish to give. And that's it. Now let's add the form on the form function. So we are getting the values which we have initialized on the update function and then passing it as title and message. So this function is really very simple, because you need to, in HTML we have something like the ID and the for should be same. So to get that, we have the for and the ID should be same. To get that, we have a function for in WordPress called get field ID, and for the name it's get field name. For the first time it will take time, but if you read it, it's really very simple. It's like the plain HTML. What happens is this value will be stored on these two values, these two input field. Now the output is the straightforward. We need heading and paragraph. Now just add the heading and paragraph. So it's simply the heading H1 and then the paragraph, and if you know, this is the title, and the message which we have initialized on the update function, and that's it. By this you can check the plugin page. Installed plugin not on. Now you should see UI Monk showcase plugin. Click on activate. Once you activate it, you will see a name. UI Monk, this name which we have given on the constructor. So let's add this on the showcase widget, and now we have title and description. UI Monk 17th WordPress theme. Introduction to widget plugin. So if I click on submit, the value will be stored on the instance. So even if I refresh, it is not going, it will not go, because the value is stored in the instance. Click on it, you can see the value is still there. Now we need to output this on a place. So control V, where that place will be, it's on the header. And now we know this would be replaced with the widget, which is dynamic underscore widget. It's showcase, because on the functions.php I have given showcase, the name showcase. Let me save the header and get into the index page. Actually it's not dynamic widget, it's dynamic sidebar. It's the WordPress function. Even though it's widget, it's a function given by WordPress. Cool. Introduction to widget plugin. Alright, we can see our work is succeeded. We are able to modify it. Let's modify it. 17th WordPress theme by UI Monk. Click on save. The H1 should be 17th WordPress theme by UI Monk. We have crossed the toughest one. Now it's very easy. Now what we need to do is we need to get a widget on the UI Monk includes. Get into the widget. Here we need categories. Select the categories, copy this and get into our folder, theme folder. Paste this. Now we need to include this on our functions.php, just as we did for the navwalker. We need to call that class. Let's call the function, sorry, the file name. So without modifying, we can do one thing. Let's get to the widget section, categories, just tag it and paste it. Give the title as UI Monk categories. Click on save. Now on the footer, sorry, on the sidebar, we have sidebar, it's here. Just remove all of it and then just call the widget name, which is dynamic underscore sidebar. The name is sidebar, which we have registered it. Now let's see how does this looks. Okay, we'll skip that step because we have made this many times in the previous video, because name is already in use. WP widget categories functions. Okay, we need to delete this. It's the functions.php. Remove this, and on the sidebar it's not available. You can see the name we have given is sidebar. Let's call this on the sidebar.php. Actually it's still saving, that's the reason. Let's get a category, have it inside UI monk category. Click on save. Now you can see the category is there. The name is also there because we have given the name that way, and the sidebar is also working. Now let's loop this product. So to loop we need two product at least. Let me add two products with the post thumbnail. The post thumbnail feature we have to add this on theme setup. Let's copy this and get into our functions.php. Just like we have added the theme support for custom logo, we need to add the theme support for featured image. You can see by default it does not come with featured image. Let's add a featured image section, refresh it, and now you see there's a featured image. Let's add a product, yellow, a lorem ipsum text. Let's pick this from here. So this is the content, and for the excerpt just add rupees 150, and let's create a category, t-shirt. I'm running this because we have already seen this many times. This is the 17th video. One product is added and one category is also added. Now you can see on the category, so one will be added dynamically. Let me create a new product again. We have saved the first product, which is yellow. Let's add another product, red t-shirt. The content at this time something different. Rupees 250. Publish this. Now we have two products. Now we need to show those two products over here on the index.php. Now let's get into the index.php. Let's take down the repeating quotes. So we have to check whether there is a post first. If there is a post, then show the image. Image can be seen with the post thumbnail, the title, the excerpt, the permalink. We have seen this many times. I'm just pasting it and moving forward. So these are the two products which we have. We can delete this product. Now if I click on add read more, The single.php is not there. Let's create a new file and call it as single.php. Now if you refresh, this would be blank. We need to copy everything as of index. Here we don't need have and the while loop. Refresh it. We need to make this full, so let me copy it from the index single.html, desktop 17 theme, single.html. Now the middle content is over here, row. Pick this and place it here. Now it's just a copy paste work. Again the image, the title, the content, and this is for the comment. Cool. The title, the content, the image, and then the comment. Comment is also working. Cool, hello has come up. Alright, now it's just the page.php. So you can see we don't have page.php. Page.php is for the pages. .php. It's the same code as of single.php, except the title and the content. We have the title, we have the content, and we don't need this because we have already included it on the footer. That's it. We can delete this post. I hope the scope of this video is done. Thank you so much for listening.